Amnavir was week 4 of the VTSDL Season 7 Restricted Draft League against Downfall, and he has Miraidon, who is the best restricted in this draft by a long shot, a lot of versatility, without being shackled to a terrible typing like the horses are, and Miraidon also is, and you have a lot of room for team creativity with pieces that, like, no one else really wants, like a Lowland Raichu and the Future Paradoxes. Well, people want the Future Paradoxes, but not too much. And you can kind of see that with the team Downfall made, where it's more of a Fire, Water, Grass balance team using Miraidon like a Raging Bolt than a derivative of Arubega or any other Miraidon team that's seen success. There's no option to set Trick Room here, but there's not really a distinct weakness to it either. There's strong priority between Hisuian Arcanine and Palafin, and there's 3 guys under base 50. Now, in most matchups, I wouldn't like that for him, but into my team that wants to do, well, I don't like it for him because he doesn't have any Trick Room setters. It's okay in general. But into my team that wants to do Trick Room a lot and can't do much with the fast speed control I have because Miraidon is faster than Noivern, and the Lowland Raichu is faster than the Electrode, which I traded for this week. It's not coming, sorry. I just wanted to have it. It's super, super good. Compounded with, like, Miraidon being a bad matchup for me as a player. I don't do well into Pokemon that can OHKO me and aren't class cannons, like Gambit and Blood Moon. And Miraidon is like that, but also faster than everything I have. So this is a pretty rough one. I'm gonna have to dig pretty deep into my bag of tricks, but when I was building, I found that my bag of tricks, I just couldn't find many. So we're kind of doing, same hard Trick Room thing. We're going to lead between a Sentret Dialga lead, followed by a Hariyama Cresselia lead with these 2 in the back. The Sentret is the easiest to explain, so I'll do that first. Follow me, Helping Hand, Protect, Knockoff. Helping Hand over Endeavor because the high amount of priority means it's probably going to priority it out before I can Endeavor something. Helping Hand should give me to the calcs I need against Dialga. Knockoff, just because it's a move, it should allow me to figure out certain items. I've also got Frisk, so I can remove particularly valuable items, notably on Hydrapple, who I am the most afraid of by far. Hydrapple is really the thing that makes this matchup difficult. If you can tell here, being base 44 speed, Leaf Storm's Ursaluna, Earth Powers or Draco's Dialga, Cresselia can't really hurt it. Hariyama is fast, it does okay into Hariyama. Hariyama is faster than it, but it has Ice Punch and stuff like that. And Dialga will be running that Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Trick Room, Protect. I'm kind of going off script of my usual modus operandi, where I refuse to not have theoretically perfect coverage. This cannot hit Steel. But because I'm so worried about Hydrapple, and I want to have a stab that can both hit Hydrapple and hit Miraidon pre and post Terra, where I can Ice Beam Miraidon. If it tears Fairy, I still hit it. I cannot do that with Dragon Pulse. So I wanted to have something like that. I also considered Earth Power, but I'm not really worried about Hisuian Arcanine. Again, this thing I said about Hydrapple, and if Rotom Frost comes and Terra Fairies on me, I don't think it will do that, but I could theoretically be walled. I am also theoretically walled by a Lowland Sandslash here. I don't think you do Terra Steel into Ursaluna, Hariyama, all these other guys, and a Dialga that loves to carry Earth Power, or at least half it. I'm very iffy on this one. It's had super 4 move slot syndrome. I wanted to, for a while, I just had Cresselia as the lead and just thought I'll just do Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. Didn't work. I wanted to have 2 alternate leads. It was Terra Electric, Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt for a little bit, but that makes me a little bit too weak to Scrafty. Scrafty, max invested, can do a lot. So we're going with this Terra Fairy. Let's hope it works. And then the secondary lead is a little bit more fun, but I want to scout for items first. It's Hariyama and Cresselia. Hariyama has Room Service. This kind of mitigates my speed weakness to Hydrapple. It lets me Ice Punch it. Of course, that's very unlikely for Ice Punch to OHKO. I believe it doesn't OHKO when I'm not intimidated, and it doesn't OHKO when I'm not intimidated. Has even less of a chance when I am intimidated. So I have Terra Ice to mitigate that. Maybe if push comes to shove, I'll Terra Ice and punch it immediately. Close Combat Helping Hand from Cresselia after Intimidate can OHKO the Scrafty. I think Scrafty I want to remove pretty quickly. The last slot here is very difficult for me to decide on. I don't think Wide Guard is useful here. I can use it to block Rock Slide, but I'm very taunt skittish. Taunt makes me very skittish, so I'm not going to run that. I'm also slower than every taunter anyway. This speed outspeeds a min speed. I can fake out a min speed Scrafty before it can fake out me or do whatever, but after a room service, I'll be slower than, like, I believe I'll be slower. Yeah, I'll be slower than Hydrapple, which is my metric. Yeah. And then the pairing with Corellia Celia is that it's Covert Cloak. The goal of the Hariyama Crest lead is really hyper-focused on stopping Fake Out, where Hariyama fakes out the Fake Out or fakes out the taunt, and Cresselia just takes any. Cresselia will take a Draco Cresselia will take an Electro Drift as long as it is not Terra Electric Drift, and even then, I think if it's timid, I might still live. If it's timid, I still have a chance to live, and it has good reason to be timid here. The Terra Ground is just to be immune to that. I have Helping Hand to help everyone out, most notably Ursaluna. Moonblast, it does like 30 to Scrafty, it does like 10 to Hydrapple. Best shot I got, I can Hail Mary some Moonblast Bad Drops onto Miraidon if need be. AV Investment doesn't do anything special, special BDVs don't do anything special. And then Ursaluna similarly doesn't do anything special. Ursaluna is great into Miraidon. I can't really stress that enough, where if it wants to Draco me, it has to lock into Draco and lower its special attack. If in the situations Trick Rooms usually get you in, where Trick Room, where I kill, you have to preserve Miraidon so I don't kill it, you leave it in the back as Trick Room ends, it kind of, if Ursaluna's out, it forces you to make a decision. Do you Draco it or do you Electro Drift it? If he Dracos the Ursaluna, there's a slim chance that the minus Spadros will be enough for, like, even Cresselia to solo it, I think, is even a possibility. Or, like, really anything else as long as I have one Pokemon remaining, if it's, like, Dialga, really, if it's Dialga. And it doesn't want to lock into an electric move against Ursaluna. If I Terra Fairy and it locks into an electric move, the same thing I said before, where it's, like, this resists it, this is immune to it, Hariyama will probably be dead. Cresselia will be screwed, but yeah, Cresselia will be screwed. Facade, Earthquake, you know the drill. Play Rough is Terra Fairy, Play Rough, Okos, Hydrapple. An intimidated pre-guts, Ursaluna, Terra Fairy, Play Rough will Okos Scrafty. It's very, very valuable. Scrafty is a huge pain in the ass, especially because of knockoff stuff. It has a lot of incentive to Terra Poison, maybe. It definitely, wants to tear out of the 4x Fairy weakness. This also kills Hydrapple with all modifiers, and it takes 55 from Leaf Storm post Terra, which is pretty bad. The goal I wanted to live a Leaf Storm from Assault Vest Hydrapple into a Terra Water Jet Punch from Halifin, if it's Mystic Water. And I, just barely do that. It's a roll. Hopefully, it probably won't happen with Flame Ward Chip. But we'll see what happens. The priority of Halifin's annoying. And last, and definitely least, is Thunderous Larian. I picked Thunderous Larian, and I thought, this was kind of iffy. Well, I went, okay, I want to discharge next to Dialga. That'll be my cute telepathy trick, because Dialga has no sauce. This is the most sauce I can get of Dialga. And then you always look at the discharge, and it's weaker than Thunderbolt. It's your rock sliding. You have to do a lot of positioning for, a rock slide. It's not worth it. And I went, okay, I'm not going to trade this out so I can, just so I can beat the Miraidon team. And then I didn't realize that I sucked into the Miraidon team. Or I didn't realize I sucked into the Miraidon team Hydrapple. So this is Assault Vest. I'm planning to bring it with the Centrit Dialga lead. Obviously, it's unfortunate that it kind of forces, the plan is that this will Terra Fairy, right? This won't be Terra Fairy, but it'll be electric, and it'll force one of two things. It'll force the Miraidon, whatever the Miraidon uses to click into these two, affect everything else, the other one will be able to wall it completely. Terra Fairy, of course, so it can do it by itself. Because Miraidon's a freak, a Terra Fairy D-Gleam will still do 50. I hate that. The moveset doesn't need much explanation. Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb, this hits Terra Fairy, Focus Blast, because Discharge sucks. This is my best option into Hisuian Arcanine. It is sort of an option. It's sort of a nice fighting coverage option if there's a Steel or Dialga. This is min speed. The speed this outspeeds There's underspeeds a no speed investment issue in Arcanine, and should apply to everything else here. It is not worried about Hydrapple, luckily. It does somewhat wall Hydrapple. Crafty is the bigger problem for it. Alolan Sand Slash, if it comes, would also be a big problem for it. But this is going to be Thundurus Therian's last show, so I do want to at least bring it one. I'm going to trade it out for a Namor Therian next week. I'm going to announce that right after the game is finished. I just think a Namor Therian, because in previous draft leagues I was very conflicted about having too many slow guys when you only need one Trick Room setter, but I think the issue, or was it too many Trick Room setters or too many Trick Room attackers I was worried about? I think it was both. I kind of overloaded on the Trick Room mode too much, and I didn't want to do the same with like an Namor Therian and Ursaluna. But I think I kind of have to, and I think the reasons that I was worried about it before don't apply to an Namor Therian, where Ursaluna and an Namor Therian cover each other, Fairy Ground coverage, Steel Dragon Fairy. I think it was stupid of me to not pick a Fairy with Steel Dragon Dialga in the first place, and that's I think a Namor Therian is bulky enough, unlike Thundurus Therian, that I can work on its own. I think it will cut into my versatility. I will make another trade. I won't say what that one is, so I will have a fast attacker to replace Thundurus Therian. But now we'll get into the game. Sorry, this one was a little bit less structured, but I'm tired, and the game was on short notice. So into the game in a minute. Yep, this is the exact 6 I thought they would bring. I thought there was a possibility of Raichu of Iron Leaves, and that didn't happen. So we're going to lead with these two. We're going to put you in. We're going to lead with these 4. Nothing too fancy. Yeah. If we want to do some builder psychoanalysis, the Hydrapple being the first thing in the builder is definitely indicative of the thing is Assault Vest as fuck and going to kill me. So I don't want to see a Scrafty lead. I think that would be inconvenient. A Hark lead is inconvenient 20% of the time. Something I didn't mention in the builder was that Rock Blast is doing Arcanine to beat Sentret. Like a beat a Sash Sentret lead is really annoying. That's why I have Terrasteel on it. But I don't really want to see that. From what I know, he likes Palafin. He likes Palafin lead. He likes Flip Turn Palafin, which is bad into, most of the time. But it is good into Sentret. You get the Brick Sentret Sash. I think a double pivot from like a Miraidon Palafin lead would be really interesting. I don't know if it happens, but it would be cool. Or Gassy G-Far Club is working like a peasant. Miraidon and Scrafty. We're just going to double protect on this. Assault Vest and Eject Pack. Oh wait, no, the other thing is it's Eject Pack versus... That's AV, and the other thing is... that the Miraidon is Assault Vest. Which is interesting. I mean, it doesn't matter for Miraidon. If you attack this thing, it doesn't matter. Yep. I'm going to play rough this Scrafty. It could have, I think it, and then I'm just going to Ice Beam. What does Proto Attack, Choice Band? It's probably Choice Band. Side Blade due to Dialga does not kill. I'm just going to go for this. Okay, good. Dash. Okay. That means you can't be Assault Vest. I think we go out into you. I think we Ice Beam the Hydrapple. They haven't Terra'd yet. Probably Terra's to avoid the... Yeah, I want to kill the Iron Leaf. I think the Hydrapple's going to Terra or Protect. And I want to figure out what item it's doing. That's fine. Oh, it didn't Terra. Okay. I think we Volt Switch on you and we Ice Beam you. I mean, the Hydrapple could Protect. This could be a bad play. Okay, yeah. It is not Yashi Berry. Oh, we're just going to Ice Beam, and we're going Ice Beam to this. What does... It could be Ghost. We're just going to Facade it and Ice Beam it. I knew I should have Earthquake. That's fine. Now we lose Thunderbolt, and we Ice Beam you. Now we just hope for crit. We hope for crit, we hope for miss. We know it's Snarl. We know it's Volt Switch, Electro Drift, Snarl, and something else. Yep, alright. So yeah, that was me playing bad. I knew Ghost was an option, and I still chose to Facade anyway. I didn't hit the Terra button, right? If I play rough plus Ice Beam was not a guaranteed kill, but it would have been a lot better than what I actually did. My Drapple has Energy Ball. It's odd to me. I could figure out how much damage. It probably specs, right? How much did it do to this? It crit. It crit for 26. It crit for 43. Oh yeah, that is specs as well. We're gonna lead with this, and we're not gonna do the Alga thing. Yep. I'm going to fake out the Iron Leaves to break its sash. It could have taunt, but it could have if Terra goes taunt fucks me here. Yep, and now that broke its sash. We'll switch on you. I know I live that. What are we going into here? Arcanine Hisui. Good. I think we just do this here. Nothing learned about the heart. Coaching. Something learned about that guy. Dark. I'm gonna upper hand and Moonblast. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was an option. I mean, I think you should have attacked, but that's fine. Because as long as I preserve Terra and Terra Fairy, I reset Trick Room for free. We just hope this crits and kills something. Like, that doesn't matter. That is annoying, but again, same principle. If you get a double kill here, you get a double kill here. Is that bad? How bad is getting a double kill here? Not bad at all. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that crit? Ooh. Sorry. I skipped past the crit. I didn't even notice I crit until it died. We just Ice Beam. We know Ice Beam kills this thing. We'll double Terra Fairy. Yeah, he keeps getting. He's had a bad luck season. I don't know if that one mattered too much. I mean, like, yeah, it killed your fucking Miraidon. But if it's AV Miraidon, how much does AV Miraidon do to Terra Fairy? It does that much? Okay, never mind. Yeah. Hi, Nate from the future here with Calcs. When I kept this at the time, I did Miraidon Electro Drift in terrain onto my Terra Fairy Dialga, and so it did 79 to 94%, which combined with anything from the +1 Scrafty would have killed Dialga through the resist. But when we fifth Miraidon in, it was on the last turn of Electric Terrain. So on the following turn, no Hadron or Terrain boost, Drift would have done at most 55% to Dialga, and Scrafty cannot do the remaining 45% to Dialga, and I likely would have gotten Trick Room back up. Obviously, the crit is unfortunate, and an alive Miraidon, especially with Snarl, has infinitely more potential in this game than a dead one. But for the record, I feel I won this game, and you can see the video goes on from here. I'm not spoiling you. With the help of the crit, and not because of the crit. I think that was kind of a bad reveal. Impulse, Earthquake. Oh, then that just killed. Okay. You want to lead Center Dialga again, right? I was thinking if he lead Miraidon Scrafty again, Bose can Terra Ghost, Bose can screw me over. But that's only true if the Scrafty has Taunt, and I don't think that Scrafty would have Taunt. So we're gonna make this all to do the same thing again. Because why didn't Centret other guy work? Centret Dialga didn't work because Thunder Therian is a piece of shit. That's the call. This protects me from let's go back and see the first lead. I lost because Thunder Therian couldn't do anything. I think Hariyama got stuck doing nothing. The surprise kill on that guy was good, yeah. I think I'm going to knock off you. And of course I can Trick Room. Because you fake out and then you get your knockoff on it. So we're just going to do this and this. This was a bad time to take Endeavor off, wasn't it? I made that play thinking I have Endeavor and I don't. Well, no, because if he CCs, he switches out. Because if he sees, he has to knock off the stupid thing. If he coachings again, I get to follow me, and I get to follow me, and I get the Ice Beam kill, or I get to get a free switch into my friend Ursaluna. Yeah, this is a bad spot. I don't think we're getting out of this one. I don't think... Oh. Okay. Fair. Yeah, that's fine. On to no AV Scrafty. How much does Helping Hand Dragon Pulse do? Not enough. So we take the shot. If it knocks off, takes my life orb, that would suck. I don't think it's going to do that. Protect. Great. Close combat. Good. Whatever it switches into hates this. I'm gonna ice beam this just for safety. The Hydra Apple is a problem. That's fine. Now you can fake out this guy. We're just gonna double protect on this turn. This does kind of suck. I want to preserve. Ursaluna is useless to me right now. So yeah, we do this. We're going to follow me, and then we're just gonna double protect on this turn. We're gonna follow me. They still have Terra, so this still could have been a throw. We're just gonna knock off. We're gonna knock off your specs, and we're gonna protect. That was 100% of the time the right play. Wow. This is a Hydrapple. Everything's a Terra Ghost is crazy. Yeah, this helping hand kills this thing always, apparently. And then this Crafty can't do anything. Die. And we'll get to find out what this Crafty does. I knew it would have lived. Ah! Oh. No! I forgot that was a 4-time resistance. I thought that was kill.